Hey Brian, it's me, Kenny. So obviously I wanted to take the time to let you know and give you a review on U.C.E.G. and I guess give you a little bit of my experience so far with the CPA as a whole. Well, first, as what I use for my main resource for lessons, textbooks, and whatnot is Wiley. I definitely love it. I can't complain too much about it. I've not sat for any part. I've been studying for FAR now since September, which I know is a while. But the main reason is because I was an undergraduate at the time. I'm only about less than a month out. But besides that, I use Wiley as my main resource. I use Jaeger. I use their test banks as supplementary to basically make sure I'm actually understanding what I'm reviewing. And I also use your service. But most importantly, I wanted to talk about U.C.E.G, which how I found the program out was, when I first started studying for the exam. The one problem I had with college is college really doesn't prepare you, or at least in my college. I went to Brewer College in Manhattan. It doesn't really prepare you mentally for the CPA exam. They teach you the material, but they don't teach you how to properly and mentally sit down and study for this exam. So when I first started studying for this, I was very overwhelmed. I wanted to quit. And, obviously there's always that little twinkle in my heart that tells me, no, you got to keep pushing, and you got to figure out how to fix the problem, because obviously the problem you want to give up now. So, like many other people, I went online. I looked at forums, which I'm a big skeptic, so I was very skeptical of what I read on the forums, and then I came across your service. I saw that your story. I was very moved and inspired, and I decided to, the CPA itself, it's a very expensive investment, but it gives you a very big return. So I thought, let me give it a try, and let me see what it's about, and ever since then, my experience has been, quite honestly, the best when it comes to any sort of review course in my entire life. Well, firstly, the videos you provide are extremely resourceful. Every time I always have some specific question about the CPA exam, am I doing my study loops right, or did I did I properly apply on NASBA? I always have somewhere to go, and it's your videos, and you answer all my questions every single time. And also, my favorite thing about the program is the Facebook group. I'm on it. I'm not too active, but everyone is extremely nice. Everyone has the mentality that we're all in this together. There's no toxicity from what I've seen, and it's probably what's most inspiring, because you're not the only person that's going through all this, and you always have people to lean your head on if there's ever a circumstance where someone doesn't understand something about the CPA exam, because I come from a blue-collar family, so sometimes there's a bit of a barrier with explaining the exam itself and what goes on, and it's just reassuring to know that I have people that understand the difficulty and sometimes the stress that comes with studying for this exam. Now, obviously, now I'm assuming you want to know, would I recommend your program? I would absolutely recommend it to people. I've already have, where I work, I have not met people who I work with that have heard of your program. A lot of people, they're a little older, and they kind of had to go through it on their own, and obviously with their friends who are studying for the exam too. But since I'm an undergrad, I know a lot of people who are just fresh out of college, who want to get involved, but they don't know where to start. And the first thing I tell them is look up U.C.E.G, meet my guy Brian Kessler. He's a great guy, and he will make sure to actually get you forward and set straight with the CPA exam. So on top of that, I can't complain. I love your program, and I really want to thank you for giving me the confidence of, just the confidence of thinking that, I'm sorry, how do I word it? The confidence on taking the exam and telling myself I am going to be able to pass this because I have a valuable resource to me. Thank you, and, I'll see you on the flip side, Brian.